Hughesnet, as far as what you can get, they are apparently the highest in speed for, again, this area, in that 25 Mbps. All plans start at 25 Mbps, and they start and end at 25 Mbps. Okay, you can see here they do have these internet plans. They have a 10 gig, a 20 gig, a 30 gig, a 50 gig. Right now they're on sale. They will have you do like a 2-year contract, especially if you're new, but you can apparently do a 1 year if you start to renew these. Where I thought, oh, this is wonderful. It's unlimited, no hard data limits. That refers back to your gigabytes, right? The gigabytes, after whatever you have paid for, and they put me on this 10 gigabyte, okay? This is before I understood what was happening. You run out of your 10 gigabytes, which as we now know, takes like a second to run through 10 gigabytes. Then what happens, your speed, this 25 Mbps, gets dropped drastically. Your upload speed is the 1 to 3 Mbps, which is typically standard, as I'm coming to find out everywhere, AT&T and everything. Now, your broadband and fiber speeds, to give you something to compare this to, can be at 100 Mbps, 1000 Mbps, and even on higher, from what I understand through Spectrum. Compare that to 25 Mbps, okay? The unlimited slows you down, meaning that you're going to be in constant buffering. You might drop connection. If you're taking any kind of online courses, you do not want to have this option because you might get a failing grade if you lose connection because you don't have a reliable internet source. You may have a situation where you're trying to upload to your YouTube channel and it gets disconnected. As we all know, that tends to happen sometimes. But if you have broadband, you stay connected for the full duration. Typically, it might just take you like 15 hours to get one 5-minute video uploaded. But with this kind of internet here, the satellite internet, you just flat get disconnected. So, I mean, there's a lot of issues with that. But it's not truly unlimited, in my opinion. Legally, I guess they can say that it's unlimited because they didn't shut down your internet. You know, they just slowed it down until the first day of your next billing period comes back, and then you've earned back your 10 gigabytes. Or, in the case of Hughesnet, you buy tokens to get additional gigabytes. Now, you see that as high as you can go is 50 gigabytes, right? So if you keep on buying 50 gigabytes or 30 gigabytes or 20 gigabytes or 10 gigabyte tokens, depending on your usage, you can see how, let's say you're like me, and they put you on this 10 gigabyte plan at $49.99 a month. Well, that 10 gigabytes is gone. So they give you the option to buy tokens, which averages out to be about $3 per gigabyte. So if you were going to buy, let's say, 50 gigabytes, $3 times 50 is $150 that I would have to pay to, for the total of the month, have 50 plus 10 is 60 gigabytes. Well, remember what we said over here on the data calculator for AT&T? It looks like I'm going to be needing 143 gigabytes. I'm nowhere close if I do this scenario over here. I'm going to have to constantly be buying more and more and more gigabytes. So I might have an internet bill eventually of like $400 or $500 if I really am going to consume this much data, right? Or I could just not buy any of that and be in the eternal buffer zone. Now, something that Hughesnet does offer is that during the hours of 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. you have what they call a bonus zone, which is like a non-peak time that you can access the internet to do your downloads and uploads and all that stuff that takes up a lot of the data. They give 50 gigabytes during this time period that does not count against whatever your regular plan data is. If you have anything that, like your iPhone needs to be updated, your cell phones have to be updated, your computer needs an update, your virusware needs an update, whatever, that sucks a lot of data, that's the time frame that you can go and have that pre-scheduled to do. If you're a YouTube creator, unless there's an app out there that you can like pre-upload to YouTube and then you can go in and schedule it, then you're just stuck unless you're going to be up from 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. to manually upload during those time periods. And I'm not one to do that unless, you know, I'm doing a project or something like that. So that's kind of where you're going to have a problem as a creator. So now Hughesnet, it talks a good game and all that stuff. A lot of these I'm finding out do, even good old AT&T. So I recently upgraded my AT&T plan. It was an old grandfathered plan because prior to the move, we barely used 2 gigabytes of data between his cell phone and my cell phone, me being the one that used the bulk of that data. We had to have a shared plan. Now I have had to upgrade because of all this crazy insanity here. So now we're on something called unlimited and more premium. We still have the unlimited talk and text. We still share our data, but the unlimited portion is not truly, again, unlimited. You can see here it says after 22 gigabytes per device per month, we may temporarily slow data speeds when the network is busy. Now, I will have to say though, when you click on their other page, that slows it down to 128 kbps, I believe, which is kilobits per second. And that may not be as slow as Hughesnet slowing me down. I don't really know. Because Hughesnet doesn't specify how slow they're going to go. But now AT&T, this is what they're saying here. So if you think in terms, my husband has a cell phone, I have a cell phone. We each have 22 gigabytes per those devices. That's 44 collectively gigabytes that we have to share between the two of us on this particular plan. Now let's jump down here. Mobile hotspot, which is another reason why I got this, thinking that if we use the Kindle or his laptop or even my desktop computer here that's seeking a Wi-Fi connection, because that's the only way that I can access the internet up here, since I don't have an Ethernet cable or it's hardwired into the internet like a DSL or anything like that. So mobile hotspot is where you can transfer or change your cell phone into a mobile hotspot, and that way my computer, another handheld device or something can connect to a Wi-Fi signal as that hotspot. You get 15 gigabytes per device. Transferring your phone or your tablet into a hotspot. Now, it's available per device per month. After 15 gigs, your speed slows down to 128 kbps, which is a 2G speed, for the rest of the billing period. Now, that means that after I hit 15 gigs of data using my Kindle to watch Netflix or, shop on Amazon, or let's say I'm up here on my desktop and I'm working off of the hotspot that I've got on my telephone rather than using Hughesnet to access, then that sucks that 15 gigabytes up pretty fast. I'm not unlimited because I'm having to look at this 15 gigabytes as far as just being able to get normal speed to do what I want. I am unlimited in the fact that I will be buffering. It'll still continue to let me work and eventually access whatever it is that I'm doing, but I may have to have dropped signal. I may be working so slow that it's just not worthwhile. It is definitely not going to be efficient. So again, even with AT&T, and this is their wireless plan, this is what I'm faced with here.